everything and respond when there's trouble in our communities. We want to give them some recognition and give them a chance to talk about what they do. They're both passionate and skilled people. There's a lot that goes into the service that they provide, and some of them are here today to talk about what they will be doing and what they do on a daily basis to keep our communities safe and healthy.
Yeah. Well, one of the interesting things about it is the group that we have represented here today. Cody Hitchings is here from the Creekside Volunteer Fire Company. And Barry or Ron?
Barry.
Barry Baker is here from REA Energy Cooperative. On the telephone this morning, we've got Nick Paradise from People's Gas, and so we're going to be talking with all of them. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning.
It's good to have you with us here today as we talk about this and what People's Gas does, along with another utility, REA Energy. They're representative of the utility work that we might not think, Chauncey, are associated with emergency services, but very definitely they are.
Not exactly. Yes, utilities are critical components of our life, and it's not easy to bring services to our homes and our businesses. And when something goes wrong, it requires a special kind of people and a special response. I think, Barry, can you talk a bit about REA's
like just
role?
standing here with Cody from the fire company, a lot of times that's where the initial calls come from. We've got a tree on the line. We're usually the next ones on deck, to get out there. And our concern is that everybody stay away from that tree until the power is de-energized or the circuit is, safe to and tested and grounded. Mm-hmm. And it's a big part of working with other companies and 911 too, as far as responding.
Yeah, one of the interesting things to me, Barry, you guys never get called in good weather, do you?
Exactly. we do have outages on clear days, yes.
Yeah. But something generally has occurred to cause that outage. Finding the outage is sometimes a challenge.
Yeah. I was just talking with a fellow from the state group yesterday that, when you call in and make your outage report, if any of the members have any kind of information, like if they know the tree is on the line in front of their house, if we get that address, that cuts a lot of time down of looking for what took the device out or took the circuit out. Yes, very, very helpful.
When you get that call from folks, there's certain information you would like to know right away. As much as they can give you really helps you. Right.
Like I say, sometimes when you're listening to the messages that folks leave, they're just telling you the power's out. And when you've done it as long as I have, you can almost tell, they're just reporting the power. But then you got to listen to all of them, because somewhere there's somebody going to tell you where that tree's at or what may have occurred or where they've seen a spark or a flash.
Yeah. And as you said.
And it narrows it down. It really cuts down on the time as restoring when we know where the issue is at to go look at it and start from there.
Yeah. Nick Paradise, let's talk with you a little bit about People's Gas. When you are called, it's because there's a situation that has developed and that needs immediate attention when gas is involved, doesn't it?
Yeah, very, very typically it does, and similar to what was just discussed. Our relationship with first responders starts well before there is anything to respond to in training and explaining, so that they understand properties of gas and best practices when they're called to a scene and before we arrive on scene. One of the things we'll be demonstrating at the event on the 29th is some of our technology that we use to detect leaks. Like was just mentioned, the more precise address that we have when we have a possible leak, the smell of rotten eggs that's inserted into our pipelines to help people detect, or some of the warning signs that can show a leak. The closer, more precise location we have to respond, we can get out there, but sometimes that's not always possible. So we'll be showing some of the tech that we have that can identify the presence of methane in the air that can be a possible concern, as well as how we go out and respond and fix those leaks. And we've taken a very aggressive approach really over the last 5 years to significantly reduce the number of leaks on our system, major improvement for safety, as well as reducing the emissions and things coming off our pipeline. So really important work. Safety is the most important thing in everything we do, and protecting our community. We're part of the community, and so those are big focuses that go hand in hand for us at Peoples.
A lot of issues that are involved with gas, and one of those, of course, is when there is a gas leak, whether it's inside the home or it's out somewhere along the line. There have been some very well-publicized home explosions that have cost some lives here in Western Pennsylvania in the last 6 months or so. Nick, I know that you are very concerned when situations like that occur, and there are things that people can do right now when they don't have a gas leak that can help them to prepare for when something does happen, aren't there?
Sure. There's certainly preventative things. One of the most important, and we talk about especially during the summer months, is to call 811 if you're doing any project around your home or in the neighborhood, especially when it involves digging, because we've got lines running underground. We've got 15,000 miles. Peoples alone has of distribution pipeline in our 18 county service territory, and the most frequent way that it gets damaged, the most frequent cause of incidents is because a line's been hit, kind of from above during excavation or a digging project. So preventing those things before they start is huge. But if you do, if you think you smell odor of gas, or your other senses, it can be sight, where you see an unusual patch of dead vegetation, or a puddle that's bubbling, for no clear reason, or a hissing or blowing sound. Those can be ways to detect by sight or sound a possible leak. And so when you see anything like that, or think there might be a leak, to get away from the area and call both 911 as well as us at the gas company, and we'll get somebody out there immediately to do that check, respond and address the situation. So it's really important to be proactive, not just assume that somebody else will make the call, or there's nothing to be seen here. We have people ready to go around the clock to check on things like that. To keep our community safe. Gas is it's a product that's vital to our lives, from heating our homes to cooking our food, to so many of the comforts and benefits we enjoy in modern life. There are important things that need to be done to make sure that it's used safely, and they can be done. But and that's a huge focus of us. It's the bedrock of everything we do is safety. But it is something that we ask our partners and our customers to help us in that mission. It's something that works best when everyone participates and is thinking about it.
Seems like the perfect time to bring Cody Hitchings in with us from the Creekside Volunteer Fire Department. Cody, you've been in those situations where there is a gas leak or something has occurred within a home, a house fire. There was a house fire in Robinson last night. There have been a number of those. And taking care of those utilities is one of the first concerns of a fire department when you get there, right?
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. Something that's kind of interesting is as my actual professional job, I'm a well tender, so I work with natural gas on a daily basis. I'm kind of the guy that runs around and helps all of other volunteer companies locate gas companies, wells, who the provider is, and try to help them get that information a little bit faster. But it's kind of ironic. I've been in natural gas since I was out of high school, so yeah, I have a pretty good background in that as well.
And a big collection of really huge wrenches.
Yeah, yep, all the way up to 36 inches, yep.
It's amazing to me, the cooperation that happens between fire companies and utilities. You have a very good relationship. You have to have a very good relationship with those folks who are going to be able to help at the scene of a fire, because as so many people say when they come in here, when you are called to the scene of something, it's always on somebody else's worst day of their life.
Right. Yeah. You know what they say, teamwork makes the dream work. We have a very good working relationship with all of our mutual aid fire departments, police departments, utilities, REA, People's Gas, even down to the water authority when we're using water for fires. So we know all those folks on a first name basis. They know us. And we all work together. We work very well, and the outcome is, a happy, as happy as it could be incident at the end of the day for those on the other end of the phone.
At the the Emergency Services Expo, what will people learn about firefighting from folks like you?
So the highlight of our little exhibit we have, we've been doing a kids firefighter proficiency course at the Nature Palooza at Blue Spruce Park for about 5 years now. So we'll be having that. We're excited to do this with White Township. It's brand new. It's going to get us exposure to some new people to showcase what we can do, along with our friends at the Indiana Fire Association. But just to go over basically what the obstacle course is, it mimics what the Fire Chiefs Convention does now for the firefighters. That's going to be held in Rochester here later this year. To start out, our youngsters will serpentine through cones. They'll climb a ladder. They'll swing a hammer, and they will drag a oversized teddy bear through a culvert pipe and place it in a fire truck. And then the last thing, which is everybody's favorite thing to do, is they get to spray some water on a mock house with some fake fire. And then to round it out, we will be responsible for landing the Life Flight helicopter there on the township grounds.
It's nice because especially the emphasis on young folks, that's going to be a really good thing for them.
Yep, they enjoy it. We have kids that'll come through multiple times a day.
Yeah.
We just did Blue Spruce last weekend. 3 or 4 times, same kids come back through. They really enjoy
Family
it.
Nature Palooza. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Barry, what are people going to learn about REA?
Our hotline demo trailer pretty much tries to show the hazards, many hazards that's involved with the energized circuits. The difference in some of our equipment we have on the line, like when a fuse blows, that's when your power just goes out. And we've all noticed where the power goes out, comes back on, goes back out, goes back on. Mm-hmm. That's a recloser working. And the difference is when those reclosers are working, it may look like it was out for 5 seconds, but it's coming back on until it'll do that like 3 times and then lock out. So we show the difference in those. We also show the hazards of many simple things, aluminum ladders near a line, trees, flag pipe masts, even down to kite string and your metallic balloons. Mm-hmm. Those are all conductive. And this trailer will actually show you how these elements either will kick that fuse out or light up a light bulb. We actually run this with, we feed this with a little generator and create 7,200 volts on this little trailer to demonstrate. And it's eye-opening when you see what these elements will do.
Pretty amazing.
Trees are probably the biggest thing we concern with the many people in the public. That everybody thinks wood's non-conductive. Well, that's not true. When it may be on 120 volts, but when you're talking 7,000 volts, it will carry the current enough to injure someone.
Yeah. Chauncey, the expo is coming up later this month. I know that you've got the support of Rosebud, which is such a key to our first responder of the month and to this event.
Absolutely. They're a big responder. For example, the sponsor of your emergency person of the month program here as well. And they've made possible a lot of what we're doing. The generosity too of the Gazette and Renda Media as well in being very generous with the promotional campaigns in advance of this. And Sheets is a part of it too. We'll tell you how this works. We have a game for our visitors to play. It's called the Meet the Heroes game. We'll hand out a check box. It looks kind of like a bingo game. Our visitors are to stop by each of the agency's booths or tables, talk to their folks. Their folks will mark their square on this on the game board. Mm-hmm. And when you complete that, you enter that in a drawing. We'll draw 3 to give away Sheets gift cards worth $50 each.
Yeah. And one of those 36-inch wrenches that he uses, that Cody uses.
That'll be a bonus prize.
Maybe not. Gentlemen, thank you all for coming in to visit with us this morning. Nick, thanks for the call too.
Thanks very much. Appreciate the time.
All right. Have a wonderful day today. We have to get on to Boomer Sports here in just a second or so. Chauncey, anything else we need to pass along to folks right now? The event is on what date again?
It's Saturday, June 29, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at White Township Recreation Complex on East Pike.
Beautiful.
See you there.
You'll be back next week. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com.
This is Boomer Esiason with the Sports Minute. Last Saturday night, Brody Malone won his 3rd National All-Around Gymnastics Championship, giving him a solid inside track on qualifying to represent Team USA in next month's Paris Olympics. So what made Malone's victory so remarkable is that just over a year ago, he suffered a catastrophic right leg injury on a failed high bar dismount that required 3 surgeries. That's what I call dedication. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Retired or retiring soon? How much money do you need to live comfortably? Retirement Planners of America is here for you. Would you like to have financial peace of mind? Here's how. Step 1. Find out the amount of money you'll need to retire. Step 2. Have a plan to get there. Step 3. Make sure that plan can take advantage of market gains but protect you from market losses. Discover how to do all three with a free consultation at 800-508-6108. That's 800-508-6108.
All investments involve risk, including losses. Past performance does not guarantee future results.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusion.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. She's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
At First Commonwealth Bank, we know that financial confidence begins with the right account for the way you manage your money. All of our checking accounts are packed with online tools, including Credit Score Manager, with 24/7 access to your credit report. And our debit cards are eligible for MasterCard ID theft protection. Find the best checking account for you at fcbanking.com. First Commonwealth Bank. Time to be first. Member FDIC.
Where do you want to go? How do you want to get there? Lachine Aviation reminds us that with just 5,500 feet of runway, you can go anywhere in the world. Fly there. Learn how right here at Jimmy Stewart Airport. Lachine Aviation will show you how to safely take off, fly, and land your craft. This ain't your average hobby. You can do this. Fly for fun or embark on a rewarding career with great demand. Let Matt Lachine and the team at Lachine Aviation show you. Call 814-931-0910. You can do this.
Hey, Mom and Dad, are the kids always bored in the summer? Want something safe and fun to keep them active? It's time for summer fun at the Homer City Pool. Get 2024 pool passes now at the HC Borough office or buy online at hcparkandrec.com. Individual and family passes are available. Not a student? It's a great way for adults and seniors to relax poolside. Don't let the heat keep you and your family from diving into fun this summer. Visit hcparkandrec.com for details. And